What's up, witches? I'm Allie the Bronx Witch, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I make videos about Wicca, the religion, witchcraft, the practice, and I make tarot videos. And in this week's Magick Monday, I am going to be showing you guys how I make an herb-infused oil. And as with most of my Magick Mondays, I'm doing this because I enjoy showing you guys the ways in which I incorporate magic into my everyday life. I like to incorporate magic into the things I do, like cooking or making a cup of tea, or in this case, making a hair oil. I think we sometimes separate medicine and magic, and when we think of the medicinal properties of an herb, we don't think about the magical side of it, but the medicine is the magic. It's pretty magical that these herbs have compounds in them that can help heal our bodies. So I like to emphasize the magic part of anything medicinal I'm making. This hair oil is going to be made with rosemary, which is wonderful for fortifying the hair follicles and stimulating hair growth, and also preventing hair loss. It's also really great at covering up grays. Not that I have that problem. Anyway, I'm also going to be working with parsley. Parsley is fantastic for hair growth because it stimulates blood circulation to the scalp. I'm going to be using peppermint for follicle depth and calendula to soothe and help to moisturize my scalp, and lavender for disinfecting and cleansing. I'm going to be putting these into a base of organic, unrefined coconut oil. So I just need a jar. This is a 32-ounce quart jar, and I'm going to be adding my herbs. For this oil, I am working with dried herbs. I've dried out the rosemary and parsley myself. And you can make oil with fresh herb matter. And when you're making a medicinal oil, fresh herb matter is preferred for its potency. But the problem with working with fresh matter is that it can mold and turn your oil bad. And so there are additional steps that you need to take in order to preserve the oil and make sure that it doesn't go bad. And I don't really want to worry about that. I want to be able to set it and forget it. So using dried herbs allows me to do that. I do want the medicinal properties of the herbs to be absorbed by my oil, but it's okay if it doesn't rise to the level of, being able to be considered a medicine. I want to get the benefits of these herbs, but I'm not necessarily trying to treat a hair loss disorder or anything like that. This is just for maintenance. So I am okay with that sort of, kind of loss of potency. So just keep that in mind when building an herb infused oil. If you don't have experience with how to properly preserve it, you might want to work with just dry herbs so you don't have to worry about mold. So I'm just adding each of my herbs in handfuls to my jar. And I'm being very generous with my herbs because I want to almost fill this jar to the top. I'm not going to pack it down really, really tight. If I do that, then there won't be any room for the oil. But I do want to have a good concentration of herbs in the oil. As I'm adding each herb to the jar, I'm calling in the spirit of its energy. And I'm asking it to lend not only its medicinal properties, but its magical properties to the blend as well. I'm asking rosemary and calendula for protection, parsley for healing, and lavender for peace. Because we all know that the worst enemy of our edges is stress. When I'm done, I will pray over the herbs and bless this mixture and basically set an intention for it and let it know exactly what it is I want it to do for me. When I'm done with that, it's time to add my carrier oil, which, as I mentioned in this case, is organic, unrefined coconut oil. Your carrier oil is totally up to you. Coconut oil really works well for my skin. It responds well to it. It absorbs well. It's very moisturizing for me, but I know that coconut oil is not the best for everyone. So use a carrier oil that works well on your skin. So I am going to simply add my coconut oil all the way to the top of the jar. And this jar of coconut oil is a 29-ounce jar, and the jar that I'm pouring it into is a 32-ounce jar. So I just want to show you that even though it seems like I have a lot of herbs in this jar, the 29 ounces is all able to fit in this jar. So that means I haven't overpacked it, and that's really important. If I had overpacked it, I wouldn't be able to get much oil into the jar. Once I've added it to the jar, I'm gonna kind of shake it and give it a second to settle and just make sure the oil is fully coated around everything, and then I'm going to top it off to the very tip top. I want to make sure that there is no air underneath my cap so that I minimize the chance of any mold or anything funky growing on my oil. This is extra important if you are working with fresh herbs. I'm going to seal it tight. I will say some final prayers of thanks, and finally I will label it. It's really important that you label anything that you are making, especially if you are working with organic matter like herbs. You want to know exactly what's in it and when you made it so that you can monitor it. I am going to leave my oil on my altar for the next month or so. It is Leo season. It's my season because I am a Leo. So I want to get all of that wonderful solar energy into this oil. That's the magical side of it. Medicinally, the heat from the sun is also going to help the properties in the herbs to leach out into my oil even better. After a month in the sun, I will put it in a cool, dark place to continue percolating, and after about another month, it will be ready to use. This hair oil is going to be used for a couple of different hair products that I'm making for myself, but you could, of course, use it right out of the jar. So witches, I really hope that you found this video helpful or that you just liked it. If you did, make sure to click on the thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions for me down below, and of course, subscribe. Click on the bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. You can follow me on Instagram @BronxWitch, and I will see you in the next video. Blessed be.